When I first started this channel, I said that I wanted to do things that I didn't think would particularly work well on Switch. And this is definitely true of today's game. There's not a lot of interactivity to it, and there's not a huge amount that goes on, but I find it really enjoyable, and I wanted to share it with everybody. So, ladies, gentlemen, those in betwixt, my name is Elementary, and this is 60 Parsecs.
Oh well, what's your favorite milk? Skimmed or lactose free? No matter what you pick, I will always disagree. There's something wrong with everything that you do. There is no correct answer to the start being you.
So, this is 60 Parsecs. It's a two-part game. The second part game is a very sort of slow, gentle survival game where you have to manage your resources and go on quests and craft stuff. It's very gentle and peaceful and enjoyable. I'm explaining all this now because part 1 is a 60-second mayhem, as you're about to see. So we'll go to new adventure, and as you can see there is the survival mode where you just survive with a random generation. There is missions where you do the missiony stuff, and we're going to be playing Voyager, which is the whole thing. And we'll be playing as my favourite, who is Dee Dee Dawkins. So I've got good agility, and reasonable intelligence, and reasonable strength. Oh, here we go. So as I said, first 60 seconds, pure and utter chaos while you collect things to take onto the spaceship. Onto the shuttle, rather. You've got a minute to fill it with everything you can get your hands on. That includes crewmates. And it feels as chaotic as it looks. Let's go grab you. Let's have some more soup. Yeah, my time's running out. I know. I'm trying to sort it. Let's get some crafting supplies. Oh, let's get the battery. Can't get the battery, it's too much. To the shuttle. I'm gonna run out of time. Can I get there? Just! Oh. Day 1. So, having just survived the impending doom, now stuck on a spaceship with this delightful chappie. He is Emmett Ellis. Everyone has different skills. I grabbed Emmett because he was the first one I saw. So you click over on this here star log and it'll tell you everything that's down for the day. You get goals. So my goals are to find an appropriate landing spot because we're in space and you need to not be in space forever. And to make 7 successful attribute decisions of any type. I'll get to them when it comes to it. Hello there, Astro Computerized Assistant reporting for duty. You must be Dee Dee, right? I am pleased to announce that according to my data, you are qualified to become the captain of this vessel. Welcome aboard the Escape Shuttle, Captain. On behalf of the Astro Citizen Programme, please accept our apologies for the negligible misfortune of being relocated 60 parsecs away from Earth. First order of business, find a safe place to land, and then try to contact the outside world. Good news, Captain! This shuttle came pre-stocked with an emergency food supply. Use it well. Please power up the main computer for further instructions. It is located in the centre of the shuttle. Follow the regular rationing protocol and feed your crewmate. Good luck, you're going to need it, Captain. And Astro will tell you different things every day. He'll give you a status update on your crewmate and the system and all this jollies. Everything else I will explain to you when it becomes unlocked. So, this here computer. This is how you perform your tasks for the day. Captain, all Astro Citizen missions begin with commanding officer delivering a moral-boosting speech. Don't let me stop you. Your fellow Astro Citizen depends on you to make the right decisions and to give a great speech. This is it. You can really show what breed of captain you will be on this incredible journey. What kind of speech will you give? So, you base it on your attributes. So, naturally, my best one's my agility, so I'm going to do it on agility. And that's all you have to do for the day. Everything else is unavailable at present. So you end your day with this here switch. Day 2. Never before has anyone given a speech so determined and to the point. Not any space captain, at least. You spoke of making your own look and surviving. It really sounded like you knew what you were talking about. Did you? That was quite a performance, Captain. Your crew started cheering even before you were finished with the speech. Long live the Captain, filled the cabin. If any sound could travel through the soundless void outside the hull of your ship, that would be it. One thing is for sure, you are ready for any challenge this galaxy throws at you. Inspired by your sly leadership style, I allowed myself to switch on the electricity generator at the back of the shuttle. It will provide power to you daily. Captain, the crafting module in the back of the cabin is now active. You might remember this from the Astro Citizen training. This wonderful machine lets you create something from almost nothing. All you need is a little bit of minerals, chemicals, or power. Use it to craft, recycle, and repair your supplies, as well as upgrade items and shuttle systems. Emmett reported being glad to have you as his captain. That's nice of Emmett. That's very kind. So, crafting machine. Up here, you can craft things. You need resources to craft things. So I don't have a communicator. I don't have an artifact. The artifact comes in strange uses. I'm going to build myself a communicator because communication probably sounds like a good idea. I am caffeinated. Am I hungry? No. So you click on a character and you see their status. So I'm okay for hunger, health, and sanity, as is Emmett, but you also get a morale thing for your crewmates so you know how they're doing. Everyone is okay there, so nobody needs anything yet. So, today's decision. Captain, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that using the airlock as a space toilet was a success. It's now packed full and ready to be emptied into space. The bad news is that the airlock hatch is jammed. If you don't fix it soon, our clogged toilet will become an extinction level event. It's now or never, Captain. How will you save the human race? So depending on what you've got, you can choose what to use to fix the thing. I'm going to use the duct tape because it's the only thing I've got and I don't want a cabin full of feces. Day 3. The duct tape saved the day, Captain. The airlock hatch is now fully operational and the troublesome cargo is gone. We are safe. I'm certain the smell will go away too, someday. You and your crewmate can rest easy now, Captain, until the next crisis, that is. And my communicator has been crafted. Marvellous. You seem alert, Captain. I commend the way you've been taking care of your mental well-being. You should know that peak mental condition means increased efficiency and when it comes to performing tasks. Emmett has been taking care of his mental health and is now alert. That's excellent. And neither of us are hungry, apparently. That's fantastic. I can craft one more thing. I shall craft the artifact because you never know when you're going to need a little hippo statue. Today's decision. Attention, Captain. I'm detecting a leak in our reactor coolant system. In case you were wondering, this is not good. Did I mention you should not inhale anything that comes out of the reactor? Please don't. Also, how are you going to fix it? Apparently I'm going to use the mask. I don't know how I'm going to use the mask, but I'm going to use the mask. Day 4. I cannot determine if you read the Fix a Reactor Astro Citizen leaflet or if you just made random notions trying to see anything through the mask, but the leak is no more. You'll be happy to hear no one has inhaled any of the coolant vapour. Well done, Captain. I can't say if it was your engineering skill or dumb luck, but you were able to craft a high-quality item. Oh yeah, I've got the extraordinary artifact, which, as you can see in the middle there, is either a cow or a hippo statue. I don't know which, and I'm not sure I want to know. Anyway, what can we do? We can recycle things to get more resources. I don't really know if there's anything worth recycling, but you can also upgrade. So you can upgrade the system that takes 30 power. You have 30 power. And then you can craft and upgrade more things, which is nice. Today's decision. Interesting news, Captain. It appears that there is a hollow space behind one of the wall panels. A hidden room, maybe? A secret stash? Be worth checking out. What's your approach to finding out what's behind the panel? So, you can either use my average strength or my limber agility. We'll be going for the agility, obviously. Day 5. Yesterday you reached a hidden space behind one of the wall panels. The only way to get there was through the ventilation shaft, but thankfully you were nimble enough to fit in and exit through the other side. You found a gun in a concealed area. Who left it there, and for what purpose? Ah, mysteries. They make the galaxy turn, don't they? We now have the gun! Hooray! And Emmett is now your friend. Hooray! Neither of us are apparently hungry, having not eaten for 5 days. That's a marvel of modern... And that is still upgrading. That takes 2 turns to do. Bigger things take more turns. For example, the medkits take 3 turns. And there's nothing else to do at present, so... Computer. This shuttle lacks the EM shielding found on larger vessels. Put simply, it was never meant for long-term space travel. There are some inherent risks, namely to your skin. Remember how your mom always told you to wear sunscreen at the beach? You're way more likely to get sunburn out here, where there's no atmosphere to protect you. Will you please put some sunscreen on? Yeah, I suppose so. Day 6. You put on sunscreen to avoid exposure to the harsh electromagnetic rays flying wantonly through the vacuum of space. Sure, it feels like slathering your skin with warm mayonnaise, but you understand now that all those nagging grown-ups in your childhood were only trying to help. Putting on sunscreen afforded you such peace of mind you decided to make another batch. You mixed zinc oxide with some other minerals and puffed sunscreen. No more burns, no more tears. Okay, maybe more tears, but at least it won't be because of your lobster skin. And I got 20 chemicals for that, and chemicals can make things such as soup, which is good. Emmett still considers you my friend. Hooray! And the crafting module is complete, and now we are both hungry. Okay, we can fix that. That's what all the soup is for. Crafting, we can make 4 things in the crafting thing. We can make the atomic battery, which is good for electrical things. We can make some armor, which is good for later on. We don't need it immediately. But I am going to make some soup because we've just used 2 cans. Your attention is required, Captain. This is most abnormal. We are registering unknown transmissions, but I cannot identify who is sending, and more importantly, what they contain. It might be a solar flare interference or worse, a new type of Soviet encryption. Oh yeah, this is very much in the Red Scare time. We need to decipher these signals as soon as possible. For all we know, our survival depends on it. Who will you want to put in charge of monitoring these communications? So, we can use the clever intelligence or the genius intelligence. I'm going to use the genius, quite frankly, because that sounds like a better idea. First contact. Day 7. Captain, you need to see this. I am not easily excited, but this is one of the greatest moments for humanity and human-made AI alike. We are not alone in this universe. The signals we intercepted were finally decrypted. They are alien transmissions, as in coming from other life forms. And no, I do not mean the Reds. It's something we have never seen before. There seems to be a number of intelligent civilizations in this galaxy. The signals are coming from everywhere. We can safely assume we are going to meet some of them sooner or later. Our, or rather, your life will never be the same, Captain. Emmett did a splendid job. He was able to trace some of the electromagnetic interferences to what seems to be a potential landing spot in our flight path. Our ETA to that celestial body, or whatever it might be, is T-5. 5 days and we'll make touchdown. I followed your suggestion to reward Emmett for his performance and assigned him the role of your communications officer. In addition to his standard duties, he will ensure that you get some power for the crafting module regularly, as long as he's not insubordinate, that is. Emmett continues being my friend. Excellent. We're both not hungry, and we've got some more soup out of the crafting. Marvellous. Well, today's crafting, let's get ready for some of the stuff that we need to do to get ready for the ship coming. We can't upgrade anything. I would like to have upgraded the gun, but we don't have enough power yet, so that's fine. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the armour, because that's good for going off ship. Captain, our systems are working below their optimal levels. I was able to determine that our wiring might be at fault. I suggest you take a look under the proverbial hood and fix the wires before a malfunction occurs. The wires are stuffed in a dark corner, tangled and dusty. You will have to figure out how to fix this by yourself. I trust your instincts, not that I have a choice. So I can either use my limber agility or my clever intelligence. I'm going to use the agility because it's better. Day 8. Nice one, Captain. You dove deep into the sea of cables, swiftly untangling them and reconnecting them in all the right places. I'm sure you knew what you were doing all along and you didn't just get lucky. Right, Captain? The system chips are once again working at optimal level. You have nothing to worry about, for now at least. Our course has not changed. We are 4 days away. I was able to craft a high-quality item, which is the reinforced armour. Marvellous. 2 days crafting. What can we make? Don't have the resources to make the atomic battery, so... What do I get if I recycle that? If I recycle a can of soup, I get enough resources to make the atomic battery. Yes. Today's task. Captain, I protest. Your self-appointment as the captain of this vessel does not grant you the right to injure your crew's heads. This also includes accidental flying soup can-related injuries. If you have anything to treat the wound with, I strongly suggest you use it. What did I do? Did I smack Emmett round the head with a soup can or something? I want the med kit for actual first aid emergencies. You can just have some tape. It's fine. Day 9. There are approximately 1,337 possible applications for duct tape. Tending to wounds is of course one of them, even if it's only a makeshift dressing. Planet or no planet, whatever we are flying to is getting closer. Excellent. And I've got my resources from recycling the soup, which means I can now make the atomic battery. Hooray! Are we still doing alright? Caffeinated, alert, and friend. Lovely. Today's decision. As a child, Emmett was bullied frequently for his interest in science. He's been working on a gift for you, Captain, but I can tell he is hesitant to give it to you. Due to his constant raises in body heat and heightened neuronal activity, my interpretation is that he fears his gift will be unappreciated. Will you accept it? Of course I will. Even if it's terrible, I'll put it on the fridge. Day 10. Emmett gave you the gift he's been working on. It was a sentimental picture drawn in the dust near Emmett's chair. We are still on an approach to a potential landing site. T-2. Oh, it was. It was a picture. Ah, it's down in the car. Ah, friend. Ah, I need to point to it properly. Look, friend. Ah. My battery's ready. Hooray! We're not really complaining, but I know you're hungry, so we're both hungry. Okay, I can fix that. Let's have some soup. What can I craft today? How long does that take? That takes 1 lot and 1 power. You know what? Let's do it. Upgrading the gun is always good. I cannot believe my own cameras. A dozen potatoes just sped past us, Captain. You need to see this. Now you can see leaks, frozen at near 0 degrees Kelvin, gliding majestically between our stabilizers, one just too close and shatters into myriad glistening pieces like hundreds of tiny diamonds. Spacefaring potatoes are part of the Farmer's Day celebrations on the faraway planet of Katrashok. We shoot for the stars, their transmission says. It also mentions a sister planet, Pomodoria, that will repeat the event soon. Should we Try to fish those celebratory tomatoes out of space. But how? Let's use the agility, obviously. We're going to go fishing for tomatoes. Maybe we can make soup out of it. Day 11. Celebratory tomatoes were thrown into space by the farmers of Pomodaria. You warmed up, stretched tenaciously, and shot into space around the shuttle repeatedly like a graceful yo-yo. You picked those tiny cherry tomatoes one by one as they flew by, hunger adding to your dexterity. The tomatoes are stored safely now. Defrosted, boiled, and poured into cans. They should make for an excellent meal. We've made 2 soup out of the space tomatoes. Obviously we have. Excellent. We are still on approach to a potential landing site. That's marvellous. That's 1 day away. The gun is now upgraded. We're not hungry anymore. Marvellous. What can I make then? I can make more soup, or I can make a sock puppet, or I could upgrade something. Let's upgrade the mask. Captain, I'm detecting a trouble build-up of mental tension. Recommended course of action? Throw an epic party. I took the liberty of inviting myself. But of course your crewmate should join us too. Although, you know what they say, freeze the crowd. Should we invite someone new, Captain? Oh, okay. No, I've got to change a plan, actually. No, instead of upgrading the mask, we're not going to do that. We need the mask. Instead, we're going to just make ourselves some more soup. And I'm going to use the mask as the 3rd member of our party. Day 12. The party was a hit, Captain. I loved how you put the mask in front of you and pretended it's a person. The mysterious Dolores, apparently. Could you tell me again who won the staring contest? One way or another, the party with the mask was a success. You feel much better now. Saner even. Who would have thought it? And I got some more soup because I crafted it. Marvellous. And now I can upgrade the mask. Hooray! Captain, wake up. We're approaching some sort of celestial body. It resembles a moon, but I think it's a small planet. Let me run a quick scan. 96, 98, 100%. Scanning complete. I was right. A small rocky planet with no organic life forms. But there's a lot of movement down there. Strange. My scanners detect a breathable atmosphere, but low in oxygen. Captain, if you want to land on this planet safely, you will have to fix up a small malfunction with our steering system, since we're not even able to turn it. Oh, you'll have to do it before we float away from the planet. Hurry! I'm going to use the gun. Obviously. Why wouldn't you use the gun for that? Goal achieved. Find an appropriate landing spot. Oh yeah, we have new goals. So I need to fix the shuttle's communication system and await further instructions. I can do that. Okay. You grabbed a firearm and shot a big tangled ball of cables next to the steering panel without thinking twice. Well, you should have thought twice. You should have thought at least once. Your actions caused an even further malfunction. Sure, the shuttle turned, but it sped up and smashed into the rocky ground. It was not a soft landing. Nobody's doing great after this stunt. Not even me. I'm shaken to my cores. Yes, all of them. Your face had a pretty unpleasant encounter with this communicator module, and at least one of these things is useless now. Consider fixing it if you want to avoid radio silence in the future. What's next? Maybe you could use information I found while scanning the environment. The robot unit's not far from here, but my scan detected very few aggressive signatures. I think these are peaceful automatons, most of them. Perhaps they can be of help to you. And in case you perish, at least I'll have company, so it's a win-win situation. The expedition module in the back of the cabin is now available, so we can send people out, and by people, I mean Emmett. So I'm going to fix myself up because I'm not looking great. Oh, hang on. How's Emmett doing? Well, his health's okay. So, I don't really know. Can't repair anything. Nothing needs to repair it. Oh, is that broken? But it doesn't have any... Okay, let's recycle some soup. I'm alright for soup for the minute. Emmett, it says you're hurt. But your health's okay. I don't know. You know what? You can just sit inside for a day while you recover. Captain, we were unable to detect transmissions of unknown origin. Unfortunately, the communication console was damaged during landing and we cannot make anything out of them. So, we can hardwire the communicator to it. So we're going to do that. Day 14. I awaited further instructions and I've fixed the communication systems. Now we just await contact. That's nice. Great success, Captain. The communicator attached to the communications console worked like a charm. I won't judge you as fake since we can finally receive and answer transmissions. Now all we need to do is wait for someone to contact us. Someone will find us. Eventually. You could tell Emmett was amazed by what we achieved today. He almost smiled. There is hope, Captain. I'm still very mentally stable, and Emmett appears to still be wounded. Yes, he does. But we have the bits to fix things now, so that's nice. Oh, we're hungry. Okay. I can do that. What do I need for that? Oh, I need science. I need science! What can get me science? That would get me science. I might not need tape for a little bit. Ma'am, do you hear that? Roll up for Captain Cerberus' Cosmic Carnival. Can you shave a scout's eyeballs within 30 tachyons? Can you answer our pop quiz at 10 Gs? Try your hand and win valuable prizes. There's a floating pangalactic funfair outside. 2 games look pertinent, a zero-G wire loop game, and a space-time bending maze. Test your dexterity or your mind. I'm going to test my dexterity because I've got very good dexterity. Let's go scan the environment. Let's go and look at tourist information. Don't know what that hazard is, but yep, Emmett, you're going. And you get to choose what equipment they're going with. So, I'm going to send him with the gun and the armour. And he'll be gone for 3 days. Bye! Day 15. Before Captain Cerberus's cosmic carnival flew off, you decided to try a steady hand challenge. Wire loop in hand, you followed around the endless spirals and corkscrews that ran around the zero-G chamber. Like an astronautical acrobat, you made it. Scowling, a squid-like manager begrudgingly handed over a sock. Emmett left to gather some information about our surroundings from the tourism centre. Let's hope he finds something more than dusty brochures and tacky souvenirs. So, I don't need extra rations, I've got some more science and I've got some more power, which should mean that I can fix the battery. Hooray! Can you hear that, Captain? It sounds like mosquitoes. It is mosquitoes! See, there's one. Get it? No, wait. Those are ordinary insects. They are robot constructs. Extraordinary. They're almost as annoying as a real thing, but at least they don't seem to be sucking blood. We should probably get rid of them anyway, just in case they do take an interest in you, Captain. I could have communicated if I had a communicator that wasn't hooked up to the mains, and I don't have the armour because I sent it out with Emmett. This could end badly. Day 16, you're out of ideas for dealing with the robotic mosquitoes that invaded the shuttle, so you decided to just wait it out. The insects were irritating, yes, but relatively harmless. You thought the constant buzzing was the biggest annoyance, but changed your mind when you found that the number of our soup cans have been emptied by the robotic menace. Those mosquitoes gorged on our supplies and were only left when they were sated. Got no soup left. I am still very mentally stable, and I'm vigorous, and the battery is fixed. Hooray! I don't have anything to make any soup with, do I? No. Balls. No, I'm going to make another communicator. Somebody dropped off a package on our doorstep during the night. The note says, please enjoy this organic junk, humans. We got it in a crappy trade deal centuries ago. Maybe you can find use for this. Inside of a bunch of old dried up alien herbs. Definitely useless to these automatons. And I'm able to identify the plant or the chemical composition. What are you going to do with it? Oh, I can make it into things. Okay. Let's make a sock puppet out of it. Why not? Day 17. You boiled the herbs and sifted them through a sock, hoping to make some delicious tea. Oh. After scanning the liquid, I detected it might have various medical uses. You spent the afternoon brewing concoctions, creating makeshift wound dressings, and filling up syringes. An all-natural herbal first aid for the price of one ruined sock. Ah, excellent. Emmett's not supposed to be back yet. It's fine. My communicator's ready, and I am hungry. I need to recycle something to get some science. I'm going to recycle the lighter. No, the shovel. I'm going to recycle the shovel. And then next time I can make some soup. Captain, when the sun rose this morning, our ship was surrounded by sigils. Little bars of metal welded together to form stick figure-like shapes. Directly outside the door was a pile of ball bearings stacked up. Nearby, a little empty ring was drawn in the dirt. Something is toying with us. Do you wish to leave an offering in the ritual ring, venture out at night with some protection, or just try to ignore these frankly creepy goings-on? Well, it's a good job I have an artifact to offer to these weird people. Things. After the strange sigils and symbols appeared around the shuttle, you decided to leave the artifact we found in a little ring drawn in the dirt. The next morning, all the creepy detritus had been removed, and all that remained was the artifact, now patched up with bits of melted metal. How they managed that? It doesn't bear thinking about. Let's just be arty thankful it didn't end. I'm stable and I could use some rations, and my recycling project is complete. That's fine, because I can now craft soup and I can eat the soup. Hooray! I know you told me to put some music on, Captain, but there is only one frequency active right now, and it's more of a talk show. 2 robotic neighbours are arguing on the radio. Someone's mecha cow crossed through a broken fence and ruined someone else's mecha flowers. Only they can't come to agreement over who is responsible for fixing the holes in that fence. So it's an impasse. I don't think this requires an intervention, Captain, but do what you want. I could use intelligence or strength, which are both average. That's because Emmett's not here, isn't it? I could have done bugger all. I couldn't have done bugger all. I need to do something. Day 19. You join the conversation on the radio, advising the divided neighbours to make up and clean up the damage together. Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. You said. The transmission went silent. Today you found a gift basket that sorts near the shuttle. The note said, thanks to your wisdom, a century-old conflict had finally been resolved. The bots sent you an old dusty syringe with organic medicine inside. Not sure where they got it, but it seemed to work alright on humans. Emmett has returned safely from his trip outside. He says he is a bit hungry. When scanning his body, I detected some mental imbalances and a little weakness. The path was a bit rocky. Literally, the dusty and crumbly surface of his planet makes it real easy to trip and fall. The armourers lost the battle against sharp rocks. The outpost was mostly empty save for one bored dusty robot who gave Emmett a few power cells as a welcome gift. The tourist centre employee explained to Emmett in a series of bored beeps and distorted words the way to the museum and the library. Hooray! This trip proved to be fruitful. Emmett picked up a roll of duct tape outside. And a shovel. Cool. Does that mean we've got 2 shovels now? Wow. Who scattered all these cans so far away from Earth? Weird. Anyway, Emmett came back with soup. Hooray! Emmett said the place was a little neglected and almost empty, save for that one rusty employee. The tourism industry isn't exactly booming on this planet. Emmett is wounded, I am hungry, and he is tired. Can't craft anything. Can I upgrade something? I can upgrade the expedition system. Now, upgrading the expedition system unlocks... Hang on. I'll just see if I can't click on him because he's tired. Okay. When you get to the equipment panel, it unlocks a 3rd slot of equipment for him to take out with him. I've got nothing to do, I don't think. Do I upgrade the system or do I upgrade... How long does that take? That takes 2 turns. That takes 1 turn. That takes 1 turn. That takes 1 turn. Everything takes 1 turn apart from the system. Let's upgrade the system while I've got the power. An alien vessel approaching. Their ship is rigged with a light show. Sync to the music they started blasting as soon as we opened comms. Captain, they're playing rockabilly. Emmett is already grooving to the beat. The aliens claim to be of the Dance Lord tribe and are searching for the best dancers in the galaxy. They've challenged our tribe to a dance-off, specifically a sock hop. If you don't accept, they will vaporize us with their ultra-high frequency speakers. How will you defeat the Dance Lords? We don't have a very good strength, but we've got a reasonable agility. So we're going to try and beat our way out of this. So, I have awaited contact, apparently. Hooray. You and Emmett accepted the Dance Lord's challenge, but lost the dance-off. When the aliens beamed you up, you both stumbled onto the dance floor, and it was all downhill from there. Poor rhythm, shoddy footwork, not even a pair of sequin jackets could save you. But they looked fantastic while we did it. The Dance Lords honour anyone brave enough to step onto the holy dance floor. Their leader, Warbop, spared you, but warned that you'd better have sweeter moves next time. Captain, I detect an SOS signal coming from somewhere on the planet's surface. I will do the necessary calculations to pinpoint the exact location for your convenience. Expect more details soon. You remain alert. You don't need rations for now. Emmett is no longer injured, hooray, and he has rested, which means he can go back out. That's marvellous. So, Emmett, you're going back out. Can't go back out because we're upgrading, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay, never mind. You've got another day to wait. Ma'am, something has infected Baki, my backup AI module. Perhaps it's interference from somewhere on this planet. Frankly, Baki needs a reboot. He's overloading the fan system. Someone agile should leap up and bzzz. Hi, folks. It's too warm in this tin can, and Baki's here to fix it. I'll become your biggest fan. The genius can... Oh, no. Someone agile. I'm more agile. Yes. When a malfunctioning Baki took control, crewmate Ellis gave you a boost while you shoved some armor into the fan system's rapidly revolving rotor blades. I must keep a tighter leash on him. He's more of a superficial intelligence, but don't say that to his face. He also has a fragile ego. You remain exceptionally healthy. The expedition system is fixed, and we need soup each, and we can do that. And now you're going back out, Emmett. Nothing to recycle at the minute. So let's just upgrade something. Let's upgrade the atomic battery. You found a couple of rusted and swollen cans of soup in the darkest corner of the ship. Someone must have put them there a long time ago and then completely forgotten about them. It doesn't look all that safe to eat, but then again, it's canned soup. It's supposed to last for 737 years. Will you keep the cans? Yes. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that 737-year-old soup. Now, Emmett, where are we sending you? Go to the oil falls, or the village, or the library. Library makes sense. You're very intelligent. Let's go to the library. Ooh, a chance for a book. Yes. You can take the armor, and you can take the mask just in case, and you can take the gun because you never know. Goal update. Check the SOS signal at the assembly line. Okay, I've just sent him somewhere else. That ancient soup you found gave you pause, and no wonder, it looks older than the ship, and yet here it is. Who could have left it here? Then again, who cares? Free soup! Hooray! Free soup. What could go wrong, right? Captain, I have pinpointed the location of the SOS signal we received yesterday. It seems it's coming from the old assembly line. Well, maybe I should have visited it to find out. Maybe I shouldn't have sent Emmett there first. Damn and blast. Nobody's hungry because he's gone out. That's fine. Right, I can't make anything still. I can just keep on upgrading things. We'll upgrade the new communicator. Oh no, Captain! One of the storage lockers is jammed and cannot be opened. It gets worse. It's my favourite locker. We will lose access to some of our supplies if we do nothing. Also, I will be sad. You need to act, Captain. We'll use your brains or your brawns to deal with it. I'm going to use my brains because I've got good, decent intelligence. I am saddened to report that you weren't able to unjam the locker. I am very disappointed. You had a lot of very creative ideas, but none of them worked. Creative is a synonym of dumb, if my thesaurus subsystem is not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, we had some of our food supply transferred to that locker just yesterday. That soup is now as accessible to us as Earth. Great. So I'm out of soup. Well, I've got one soup. So let's recycle. Oh, I don't want to recycle any of that. The artifact would be useful to recycle because then I'd get 3 lots of soup out of it. But then it might come back with soup if I need soup again. Let's just keep using the power while we've got it. Let's upgrade the lighter. Why not? A family of robotic nomads set up camp nearby, Captain. Their elder wants to meet you. Our scans show that they don't have any weapons, not even sharp tips. How should you approach them? Averagely regardless. You pranced cheerfully into the robot camp, but the robots all looked at you funny and the few said they thought you were unwell. You left the robot camp wondering if a more peaceful approach would have been better. By morning, your automaton family was gone. You remain exceptionally healthy. And I've upgraded my lighter to a fancy lighter, which is very nice, isn't it? Very nice indeed. I don't have enough power to upgrade anything. That's fine. Don't have any resources to make anything. Let's get the artifact going because I need to make a med kit as well, I imagine. Ma'am, I'm detecting unusual disturbance in our mini reactor. You see the membrane of light? Space-time itself tearing open. Figures are moving and speaking on either side. Don't through. Exchange exotic matter or risk. What should we do? No, I know what I'm going to do, actually. No, I'm going to I'm going to put that in. I'm not going to craft anything today. I'm going to hope that this yields results. The space-time breach in the mini-reactor chamber was still bubbling when you threw the artifacts in there. The figure on the other side became perfectly clear for a moment. It was you! The tear closed up just as you got a good look. When it was closing, the first aid kit came flying out. Sincere thanks or simply part of the exchange, I wonder. I am hungry, which means I need to eat the last soup, but I do have the medkit, which means I don't need to make one, which is nice. So I'll eat the soup. Let's recycle the shovel. I'm a machine. And machines cannot hear voices. The voices that I'm not hearing right now are very loud, though. Oh, you hear them too? My sensors are picking up something as well. A 2-dimensional species. That explains why my camera's missed them. Quite vicious, I gather. With one decisive yell, the voices are approaching fast. The air inside the lock looks very empty, yet very hostile all of a sudden. How will you defend us, Captain? I'm going to communicate. A 2-dimensional species attacked our ship. You chose words instead of violence. Immediately, a stream of accusations flew from the communicator. Voices claimed you were prejudiced against a no-depth. Unflappable, you apologised for all 3-dimensional beings. They were touched, called you flat in spirit, and vowed to cease hostilities towards the depth-dependent. You must feel good having prevented war, don't you, Captain? Emmett returned from his library excursion, quite exhausted, probably from all the heavy reading. He complains about a rumbling stomach. I judge his mental state to be a little off. Emmett says the library is a sight to behold. Rows of screens and thousands of data discs on display everywhere. Emmett slipped on some data discs flying around and stumbled into a pitch-black room. He fell a few times and banged his head pretty hard. Okay, but he did bring back some science. Lovely, I can make some soup. Emmett got lucky and found a simple science textbook from Earth in the children's section, which is there. Hooray! She was trying to figure out how a wide amount of soup is available universe-wide. Anyway, he brought some back. Oh, I don't need to make soup. Excellent. The chip had the potential to uncover technology the astrocytes creators could only dream of if only the human mind wasn't so limited. Emmett's really tired. That's okay. Are you hurt? No, you're just tired. Your health's okay. Everything is good and groovy there. Excellent. So we got a book out of it and a ton of sciencey things. Let's make the sock puppet just in case. A travelling robot carnival has set up shop outside. There are tents offering everything from spare parts market to wrestling and high wire shows to gambling. There are a few items in the gambling tent you could use, Captain. I've calculated the odds and it's worth trying. Normally, I'd be against such a breach of Astro Citizen ethics guidelines, but we don't have many options. We're going to use the clever intelligence because we're both reasonable. Met that goal. Excellent. Successful attribute decisions of any type. You visited the Robot Carnival's gambling tent where you tried the open circuit card game. Despite being totally new, you picked it up quickly and ended up cleaning house. It was time to cash in. The mustachioed robot dealer took your chips and went to the back of the tent to fetch your prize. The dealer returned moments later, apologising that you'd just given away the last prize to the player before you. He offered to double your prize if you play and win again next century when the carnival returns. Excellent. Great. Wonderful. Waste of time and champion. Last night I was browsing through some designs of beautiful machines. Never you mind why. Now pay attention. I found a food dispenser machine on board. All shuttles in the Astro Citizen program were to be equipped with one. Ours is missing a lever, but apart from that, it seems functional. It's hardly rocket science, but so you should manage to fix it. But how? Well, I'll have to use tape, I suppose. You go into the assembly line, Emmett. But you can have the mask. You can have the armor. And you can have the gun. Safe travels! Official government research shows there is not a thing in the universe that cannot be fixed with duct tape. You were very resourceful to tape a chair leg to where the lever used to be. Now just a little pull, and there you go, Captain! A brand new can of soup, straight from the vending machine. Unfortunately, there was only one portion inside. Don't worry, I got rid of all the remaining junk. Emmett went to the assembly line building to scavenge some supplies. I remained vigorous, and I was able to craft another high-quality item, which is the cutting-edge sock. Well then, la-di-da! Shall I make some more soup with my science? I have plenty of science. What could I do with here? Let's upgrade the handbook. Why not? There's a robot city passing outside. Yes, the Starlight City is mobile. It floats above the planet's solar terminator, the Twilight Line, where day becomes night. The city has both a day and night side, but it's 100% Starlight powered. Their technology is far more advanced than the other robot communities you've seen on this world. Maybe they can help you. If you're fast, you might be able to catch up in time. Do you want to chase the Starlight City? Yeah, I'm sure leaving Emmett behind will be fine. The floating robot city slowed down and let you catch up to it. The robots gave you oxygen and insisted on giving you free stuff. Oh, they were so nice. The robots of Starlight City worried about you getting hungry on such a lifeless, rocky world, so they gave you soup to fill your belly. That's nice. Captain, the SOS signal we received a while ago is still going strong, but I cannot predict for how long. I advise you to take action soon if you're interested in the source. If you wish to examine the source of the SOS signal, I suggest heading to the old assembly line during your next expedition. Did I go to the wrong one? I might have gone to the wrong one. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I need soup. That's fine, I can do that. Let's make some soup to replace what I just had. My metal detector is showing a piece of ancient robot technology buried under a few paces from the shuttle. I don't know how this is possible, but it's a coffee maker. A fancy one. Do robots even drink coffee? Anyway, the coffee maker isn't buried too deep. You can probably get to it with your bare hands. It still seems to be functioning. Do you want to dig it up? Absolutely, I could use an espresso. You dug up the fancy coffee maker buried near the shuttle. It was still full of beans genetically engineered to meet robot tastes, meaning the longest lasting and best tasting in the universe. They were still good. The machine brewed the most amazing cup of coffee in your life. You sat and ruminated for hours on how the robots were able to perfect this once exclusively human art form. I remain alert. Emmett's still out. I made some more soup. I'm not hungry. Marvellous. I could use some mineral resources to make a new artifact. So I'm going to actually use a can of soup. Shutter's in danger, Captain. We're on the path of a vicious gale of nasty chemical composition which is threatening to sabotage our air filters. We need to be protected, but I lost the remote control due to micro damage from the winds. They have to be closed manually. I can't do anything. Okay, this would be a very harsh end to the run from out of nowhere. No one to risk your health is generally a good instinct, Captain, but this time it might have been the wrong call. Toxic winds blew over the shuttle and got into our unsecured air filters. The chemical makeup of the winds is such that it could kill most human organisms immediately. The fact you're still standing is a feat in itself, Captain. I really hope it's not just rigor mortis setting in. Blink if you can hear me. Phew, what a relief. I thought you were gone for a second there. Emmett returned from his expedition to the assembly line. He looks tired, a bit hungry and shaken. He says the assembly line is old and deserted. The automatons avoid it. Looks like new robots aren't manufactured in the city anymore. The place was dusty and full of toxic gases. Emmett was a little too rough with the mask and it suffered. Oh dear. Emmett picked up a bottle of something weird. Ooh, we've got more science, we can make more soup. Excellent. While searching the upper levels of the assembly, a faint beeping sound caught Emmett's attention. He followed it downstairs to a dusty, cluttered basement and along the deactivated lines to a far corner of the room. The beeping stopped as soon as he approached the rusty body of an old robot missing a head. Next to it was a small, half-disassembled robotic animal? Must have been some kind of mecha animal the robots produced to keep them company, and this one looked a lot like a dog. A chihuahua, to be exact. Emmett brought the broken robot dog to the ship. I'm not sure why. It's deactivated and looks like a pile of junk. Unless you figure out a way to fix it, it's just clutter. I suppose you could use it as a paperweight. Some hours later, Emmett discovered an artifact. Hooray! He did not expect to stumble upon one out there, but it was there. An old sock. Nobody likes their feet freezing off, I guess. Even space monsters. So... Oh, the mask returned, that's what that means. The fact that you can find soup here... Oh, he's bought a ton of soup. What a good boy. Oh, well done, Emmett. Emmett says the assembly line looks like it has not been active for centuries. Why did they stop expanding the population? So, got rid of one can of soup, and we've got some minerals and some power. I am seriously hurt. Use that. Lovely. Emmett, you can have soup. I really need to make a med kit, which must be minerals. Let's get rid of some more soup. Alert! Coffee brewing bots are steaming angrily at our door. They are demanding you release their leader, Captain. I think they mean me. I transmit with them occasionally about things you wouldn't understand, like problems with defragmenting or how code execution feels. I said I couldn't meet them because of you. They jumped to conclusions and thought you were holding me captive. Oops, my bad. How will I handle them? Let's use our intelligence. Angry coffee brewing bots are at our door. You and Emmett pretended to have a lively conversation about how much you hated people who misspelled the word espresso. Your vast knowledge on the topic embarrassed the bots, who finally admitted they'd never even tried coffee. They'd only heard of it. Yeah, posers. The bots believed your good intentions. They seemed subdued about their righteous cause. Soon a transmission about a wrongfully used espresso maker sent them on a new quest. They hurried out, leaving behind a shovel. Hooray! I'm healthy. Emmett is fine. Everything is good and groovy. Can I make a medkit? Yes. Yes, I can. Hooray. That'll take 3 turns, but that's fine. Go to the museum, Emmett. You're an intelligent lad. Right, again, you can take the mask and the armour and the pew-pew. There is nothing to report, Captain. I suggest you... Captain, would you mind covering your mouth when you yawn? I thought you got a good night's sleep. Wait, could this be... boredom? Yes. I have heard that when you humans need excitement in their lives to function properly. How curious. Captain, you're sitting in a state-of-the-art space shuttle drifting through the deep cosmos full of wonder and mystery. Can you at least pretend you're having a good time? So I can either read a book or I can talk to the sock puppet. I'm going to talk to the sock puppet. Why not? Yesterday started pretty slow and boring, but you managed to turn it around with a puppet show. The only puppet you had was the sock, so it was more of a monodrama than anything else. It was still a very powerful spectacle, probably the best in this part of the galaxy. You feel proud, don't you? In fact, the show was so intense that the sock is now unusable. Just another sacrifice in the name of art. I am hungry. Okay, I can fix that. I have 7 cans of soup. Lovely. We have a visitor, Captain. A sentient robot introducing himself as Charles D12. He's welcomed us to the planet of his people and is asking us for aid. He hurt his arm in a fall and requires assistance. This is some advanced technology, Captain. I'm not sure if we can do much to help poor Charlie here, although we could use duct tape to just patch him up. It's the dog! Oh, look at it! Oh, look at it! What a good boy. Oh, I need to fix a robotic dog. Excellent. You fixed up the wandering robot's arm using some tape. Truly the cornerstone of human invention. Charlie, he said I could call him Charlie, was properly impressed and offered to repay the favour. The robot shared with us some information about local customs. The mechanical denizens of this planet have renounced violence, and Charlie assures us that we are welcome and should feel safe here. As he was leaving, he promised to throw in a good word to us for his compatriots. You are no longer hungry. Marvellous. Is that still making? That's still making. That's fine. Your attempts to fix the robotic dog found at the old assembly line have been quite a struggle so far. You've been fiddling with this loose cable all morning. Can it be removed? Where does it go? And what does it even do? It's been a few days since you found this unfortunate cable sticking out of the robodog's complicated insides. You've been over this countless times, but it remains disconnected. Surely it's important, right? Maybe it activates bringing a newspaper and slippers. Perhaps it's responsible for barking in the middle of the night. Whatever it's for, it must be crucial, and you need to figure out a way to reconnect it somewhere. Anywhere. So I could just use my usual tape job, or I could set it on fire, but I think I'm actually going to read the handbook about this. Hey, achieved! Hooray! Good thinking, Captain. You consulted your handbook's chapter on electronics and figured out the correct connection. To be fair, you were really close before. You were trying the right socket. All you needed to do was flip the plug. You remain alert. Still looking vigorous. Excellent. And I've crafted the first aid kit, and the dog is... Oh, it still needs more work. Okay, fair enough. What can I upgrade? Let's upgrade the tape. Something fell from the sky in a flash. Now you're surprised we are surrounded by a swarm of red-winged somethings. Of course, I anticipated this. This is scenario number 87394B. The small creatures are flying into our walls in waves, causing the hull to reverberate like a speaker. Are you God? For generations we have been searching for the one who thinks outside the hive. Each jump from planet to planet decimates us. Are you the one? I, for one, believe you deserve a cult following, Captain, but the choice is yours. I'm going to give them the artifact. The swarm of tiny red aliens spoke to you through the hull's vibration. You tried answering, but they just hovered over our ship like flies over fresh manure. Then you took the artifacts and the improbable happened. They moved in unison with your movements. You spoke, anticipating their questions, and they flew in response. Your minds must have touched, and you heard each other. You read the handbook to them, revealing the galaxy's laws. They flew in synchronicity with your lips the whole while. When you finished, they drew an intricate shape in the air, and you looked calmly at it as if you understood. At last, they sped away. Marvellous. Let's make some more soup. Captain Dawkins, a pair of robots are meandering towards us. They are facing each other and appear to be fused at the hands. One is a large hulk, dragging the other, which is smaller in stature. Could this be a parent-child pair? The big droid thuds along on one leg after the other as if low on power, while the little one peters fumes from his back. One has a power socket and the other a mouth-like receiving chamber. Do you wish to charge a robot, feed the little one, or leave them to their fate? I don't feel like feeding a robot soup's going to help, so I'm going to charge. Oh, Emmett does not look good, does he? Oh dear. You lugged a battery over to the Robo-Ren and Robo-Kid, who was slowly judging past the shuttle. Once you plugged the unit into the father bot, it straightened his back and spun with energy. The hulking machine bowed in thanks, and with renewed energy, picked up the weak little robot next to it and sprinted into the distance. I hope their journey isn't just one of those fatherly character building exercises. Emmett returned from his expedition. He showed up exhausted, starved, and quite stressed out. His visit to the museum was rather educational. Did you know the inhabitants of this planet were actually created by a different race that lived here before them? Don't you wonder what happened to them? A few incredibly violent pictures and records shocked Emmett so much he started backing away, stumbled, and suffered a painful fall. He's got some resources from a trash bin. Ooh, 38. Oh, no, that'll do. The trip was definitely educational. It's clear the history of life on this planet, organic or otherwise, reaches back further than human history. I found especially interesting these automatons build mechanical fauna to keep themselves company. So I've got some soup. Emmett is weak. Yeah, first aid. You can have the first aid kit. He doesn't look well at all. Good lord. Oh, what shall I craft? Let's make some more soup. Something seems to be troubling you, Captain. I've registered you keep staring out the window into the endless void. Why? Did you lose something? I see. You're remembering Earth. I admit, it was nice. Before the nuclear barbecue, that is. I can switch off for a second, Captain. Do you wish to have a moment to yourself? I'm going to focus on the artifact and meditate. You've been worried about something, Captain, but it seems those troubles are behind you. I'm not surprised with your choice to find comfort with the Astra-Citizen-issued artifact. It is guaranteed to resolve any and all of your emotional issues. I can't tell if it was a mumbling to or the juggling of the artifact that helped, but I'm glad to see you're doing better. Where am I? He's no longer. He is hungry though. That's fine. I can fix that. Where am I? I'm gonna upgrade the mask. I think. Yeah. Decision. I'm glad I finally convinced you to go for a short walk around the shuttle and stretch a little outside. Even if you claim I forced you with my constant whining, it's for your own good, Captain. When you stepped outside, you noticed a small asteroid coming right at you. You tried to run back inside, but it looks like the airlock snapped shut behind you. I need a moment to reopen the doors for you, so you need to figure out a way to deal with the asteroid yourself. Will you dodge out of the way gracefully, or grab the nearest flat and heavy rock to act as a makeshift shield? To hide from an asteroid. I'm going to dodge. You definitely dodged the asteroid's path, and when the dust settled, confirmed you're in one piece. On further inspection, the asteroid reminded you of partially chewed bubblegum. This gave you a few ideas about the scale of the universe and its inhabitants that you weren't too keen to entertain. Exceptionally healthy, the full face mask is ready, and Emmett is okay soup-wise. We are in good shape. This is a good run. What can I go after? Let's make the med kit, yeah. Captain, my weather system's detecting a storm on the horizon. It's moving fast, so it will hopefully pass by tomorrow, but this one could get nasty. Thunder, lightning, gale force wind, sharp objects howling at you from every which way. I'd like to keep monitoring the storm's movement throughout the night, but doing so will require my sensors to run on battery power. It's unadvisable to leave the main generator reactor for the storm. It's a good job I have this big bastard atomic battery then, isn't it? Emmett, let's go to the village. And you can take everything you've taken with you so far. Have fun. You ran the weather monitoring systems on battery power. The storm moved south and you were spared the worst of it. By morning, it completely passed. Don't you love the smell after it rains? You spent the morning sifting through the washed-up junk piles, but it was just a bunch of waterlogged crap. You did all you could to fix the robotic animal, but both your tool selection and technological know-how were limited. If you're set on mending this sad pile of scrap, vaguely reminiscent of a dog, you will have to gather some actual parts from around the planet. My advice is to take a good look at the map and consider what you've already explored. I'm sure robot parts are easy enough to get a hold of around here, but some locations are certainly more promising than others, such as the graveyard or the museum. I'm detecting a huge energy surge beneath the surface. Seismic waves. I think there's an earthquake coming. The shuttle is sturdy, but this ground isn't. The soil has a high potential to liquefy when the earth hits. There's a better patch of rocky ground a few yards ahead. You could use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto it, but if you overshoot, you'll be on even worse ground than you are now. Will you attempt the manoeuvre? I think I have to. You use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto a better patch of ground, coming to rest on an edge of the rocky soil the moment the earthquake hit. For a few nightmarish seconds, the shuttle bucked to and fro like a bad atmospheric entry, but the shaking stopped. You opened your eyes, and a strange silence followed. Then, you laughed. I'm hungry, that's fine, but I am just bossing this. Absolutely bossing this. I can't wait for it to all go downwards. What's happened to the computer? Captain, there appears to be error. I am broken. Please fix me. System error. Quick action required. Yep. Intelligence. Good morning, Captain. Thank you for fixing the error that made it difficult for me to communicate. You are quite a hacker, I admit. Well, that's a relief. Who knows what would happen to me if it wasn't for you? Thank you, Captain. Emmett's still away, and my first aid kit is ready, and I'm not hungry. What shall I make? I can't make anything, so let's upgrade the knife. Oh, no, let's upgrade the first aid kit, actually. I asked one of the locals about their customs. I have some ideas for explaining their culture to you. Pick something, Captain, and I'll share my newly acquired knowledge using that item as a focus point. Spare communicator. Maybe? No, soup. I can make more soup. I'll explain this planet's custom using a can of soup. Place it in the receptacle and I'll demonstrate Popper Creator, a local game. Oops, squeezed too hard. Pieces of shrapnel exploded everywhere, but you managed to avoid most of it and only got a few scratches. Sorry about that, Captain. Modern first aid kit is ready. Am I hurt? No, I am good. Captain, an intoxicated robot wearing nothing but a robe and slippers has stumbled up to the shuttle. It claims its name is Robotsky and claims he is drugged by a visiting band of nihilistic aliens who poured coolant on his rug. I don't know what to make of any of this. Lazy robots? Nihilists? Soiled rugs? Maybe you should help this poor guy. He isn't going to help himself. What will you give him? He can have the lighter. Yeah, why not? He might set himself on fire, mightn't he? You offered to light Robotsky's cigarette so he could continue dealing with the nihilistic aliens who soiled his rug without worry. You didn't ask what he was smoking. Robotsky thanked you for the light. Aggression like this cannot stand, man, he said before wandering off. Emmett came back from the nearby robotic village. The place isn't big, just a few streets and a few dozen robotic families, at most, all of them peaceful. Anyway, Emmett's state is a little fragile, he's famished and his mental state is questionable. He found 39 minerals. Nice. The inhabitants of the village were kind enough to give Emmett directions to the bomb craters and the robot statue. He did not expect to find one out there, but there was a sock. Marvellous. He came back with lots of soup. Good boy. Emmett was pleasantly surprised by this trip. The automatons might keep their distance a little, but they're friendly enough. That's good news, Captain. He wants some soup. You can have some soup. He brought some soup back. What a good lad. Ton of stuff, and I can't make anything with it. Oh well. Guess we'll upgrade the artifact. Warning! Warning! We have the breach! The ship is about to be contaminated. I'm gauging all the emergency protocols available, but my efforts appear to be useless. This contamination cannot be avoided. Well, let's put the mask on then. That sounds like it's probably going to be the wisest thing to do. The extraterrestrial contamination was no match for the Astro-Citizen-issued environmental mask. Quarantine and protocol will be executed at your earliest convenience, Captain. It is CPU breaking to report that the air filter in the mask is now spent, rendering it unusable. Perhaps you should find or make another in case a similar crisis occurs in the future. The artifact's not extraordinary. I need some soup. That's fine. I should be able to make a mask. Can! Hooray! Graveyard. You can have some armour and the gun. Do I not? And a shovel, just in case you need to dig something. While doing a routine cleanup of my database, I came upon a blueprint for a device called the flux capacitor. If installed, it might allow us to find our way home. However, it needs to be assembled. Yes. Yes. Who wouldn't want a flux capacitor? You were trying to assemble a flux capacitor yesterday when things went terribly wrong. One false move caused the contraption to explode. You got injured, but thankfully you weren't teleported anywhere, or anywhere. Emmett went to check out the graveyard. I've got my mask ready. I am badly hurt, so I guess I'm using the health kit. I need some science. I'm going to break that down because I can make another one. I need the science. Oh, what's that? A few small robots left a package just outside the shuttle and ran off. Maybe it's a welcome gift. Should we bring the package on board and check it out, Captain? I won't let it go to waste either way, but I must say, I find the contents intriguing. Shall we open it? Yeah, I'm sure opening random packages is not a bad thing. We bought the package left by the small robots inside the shuttle and opened it. We expected a gift, but in fact it was a prank. Inside was a mechanical beehive. They'd broken the mask and the battery, but the battery was being recycled anyway. They took their time probing a lot of our equipment for food and some of it got badly damaged in the process. Okay, my wounds have healed. Success, okay. Let's craft that. Let's craft. I'm going to need that first, probably. Captain, I found something interesting on the surface of the planet. Looks like somebody passed their time by playing a supersized version of Tic-Tac-Toe, but never completed the particular game. The game pieces consist of minerals that we could use. Now, I'm not one for ruining someone else's fun, but I think the winner is clear by looking at the board. They shouldn't mind if we mess up their O's and X's. Should we take the liberty of gathering those pieces and use them as resources? Yes. Let's have some more resources that I'm not spending. The dismantling of the supersized Tic-Tac-Toe game in progress was a success. Whoever abandoned it was nowhere to be seen, and you returned with quite a hefty load of minerals. Yes, they were a bit hard to carry to the ship, being ginormous and all, but you performed splendidly. Sweet old man looking like Charles Darwin is knocking at our airlift politely. You let him in, he shakes his hand and holds it with an iron grip and won't let go. With technology... Oh no, I can't do anything. So... Oh... Oh, I think I'm about to fall to the Russians. Oh, did I find something? Oh, I did. A Darwinian predator droid held you in its grip. You cursed the weakness of your human body out loud as you tried to wrestle free. The droid froze, offended. The human body is not weak, it is a wonder of evolution. In a zealous rage, the droid preached about evolution. You edged it close to the airlock, then pushed it out mid-lecture. You're safe, but the droid's verdict inspired dark thoughts in your head. Are you fit for survival? Or are you the weak link? Emmett survived the expedition to the graveyard. He seemed a bit weakened, famished, and a bit unnerved. Emmett swears the place was haunted or something. He got scared by some ominous-looking shadows and stumbled over on his own feet several times, falling on sharp objects. Brought back 11 resources, brought back 32 power. That's very good of you. Emmett went swimming in endless piles of junk around the graveyard, but found nothing looking like it would belong to a robot dog. He was about to give up and return to the ship when something caught his eye. A partially disassembled robot laid against a rock with unfamiliar inscriptions on it. It's clear the robot had been deactivated for years, or maybe centuries. Emmett didn't think anyone would mind if he took a few spare parts here or there. Emmett acquired the elements you wanted, but the whole ordeal was just morbid. Please, actual citizens, have some respect for the deactivated. He bought a ton of soup back, good boy. The graveyard is a bit unsettling. The robots don't bury their deactivated compounds, they just throw them on top of the nearest pile. Emmett claims he also saw undetonated bombs underneath the masses of scrap. Looks like it's been centuries since the last military conflict here. Someone followed our explorer during the trip. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. That is not good, no. What's that you're drawing, Captain? Is that supposed to be a ham? I understand you're fed up with soup and you're reminiscent about Earth food. I would advise you don't go down that road. Here, I have a useful program for just the occasion. It's called Everything is Not All Peaches and Cream. It should help your mind focus your mind on different things. Would you like to start this process? I'm sure calling it peaches and cream will not help. Success, Captain. Your culinary edges have been kept under control. We spent the afternoon talking about things other than food and then circled back to agree on the many merits of tomato soup. Now, we should probably focus on surviving the mission at hand, wouldn't you say? Remember, life is but a bowl of cherries. Can we fix the dog now? I can fix the mask. Yeah. There's a huge construct of some kind approaching the shuttle. It's neither animal nor robot. It's made out of moving crystal lattices like a giant walking crystalsaurus. Ow! That was one hell of a hit. The crystalsaurus slammed into the shuttle and it's currently scraping its hull open with its claws. But, I don't know. I think it's trying to extract our minerals. Captain, how will you stop this? Shoot it. Shoot it very hard. You fired a warning shot at the crystalsaurus's feet. It was a grazing hit, but it worked. The crystalsaurus roared and galloped away. The shot blew off enough stuff from the crystalsaurus's foot for us to have it for resources. More minerals! Emmett's hungry. That's fine. Emmett can have some soup. What can I even possibly make? I can make my battery. Hooray! Captain, where are you, Captain? I can't see you. It appears we suffered a blackout. You may wish to turn the lights back on before attempting your daily tasks. I'll use the lighter because the battery's out of the thing at the minute. Charge and activate the robot dog. Marvellous. The lights are back on. Turns out the issue was only a dead fuse. Now, what chewed through it with those tiny, razor-sharp spiral teeth is a different question entirely. But as long as the lights don't go out again, you'll probably see it coming, right? My battery's ready. I am hungry, and Emmett is not. So let's have some soup out of this bad boy then. What can I have? Let's make a can of soup for myself. Lovely. Alright, Captain. I'm glad to say I took care of the attaching the parts you collected for our robotic dog in all the right places while you were asleep. Do not take it personally. I've been observing your struggle with this machinery over the past few nights. However, this kind of delicate work requires a robotic touch. Humans can be so clumsy. If you want to see this robot up and running one day, the next reasonable course of action will be to charge its battery. Unless you wish to give up on the project, my offer of installing the robotic dog as a DOS opposite still stands. I'm going to charge it. I want a pet dog. You attach the battery to the mecha dog. Some sort of light started blinking, so that's a good sign. You just stop staring at it so intently, Captain. This won't happen overnight. The robot will probably need a few days to charge up fully. Just give it some time. Let's upgrade the mask, actually. I'm going to send Emmett out next time. Have you looked in the mirror recently, Captain? I couldn't help but notice you seem to be afflicted with some sort of rash. I hope it's nothing serious, but we can't rule out it being a symptom of a dangerous illness. You can never be too careful. I'm going to read my book about it. That's how you do this, right? Hello there, Captain. You're looking very arrested today. I can see that you found a way to deal with that mysterious rash that was bothering you earlier. You couldn't figure out what the cause was, but at least you found instructions on how to treat it in your Astro Citizen handbook. It didn't have a name, so you gave it one. Cosmic Flu. How thoughtful of you. This is most distressing, but there's an unknown group spying on the location every day. What do they want? So, I'm going to upgrade the battery while I'm doing that. And Emmett, you are going to the robot statue. And you can have the armour and the mask and the shovel, because this seems to be a very friendly planet. Ma'am, something is seeping into the shuttle. It looks like a trickle of iron filings. Could it be nanomachines? Outside the shuttle, a track of bright vital flowers and clean soil lead away into the distance. The nanomachines are pouring in and pulling on the floor, sliding in various directions. This is a high-risk situation, Captain. Shall I continue letting them in? I'm going to say yes. They might actually fix some things up. A flood of nanomachines entering the cabin was becoming a torrent, pulling around an empty seat. He decided to wait and see what they would do. They began pulsing up into a huge, shimmering mound and began taking the shape of a human. Shit. After a few moments, they began sloughing away, and in their place was a new crewmate, Tom Thompson. While we were all a little suspicious of this nano-clone human, they seemed entirely cogent and willing to help. Another pair of hands, but another mouth to feed. The battery is upgraded, and there is our friend Tom Thompson, who was apparently made out of nanobots. Let's upgrade the first aid kit. Someone left a board game outside your door. Robumanji? Hey, look, the piece of the little robot explorers. Cute. But this is weird. I'm reading a vast energy signal emanating from the game board. Wow, I've never seen anything like this. My calculations are showing... No, that can't be right. That gem in the middle of a game board contains a macro-universe, Captain. Be careful, Captain. Do you want to play? No, I do not want to play Jumanji. You did not play Jumanji. Robumanji. For legal reasons. A board game containing the mysterious macro-universe. Yeah, I'm sure that'll end well. He muttered and tossed the board back outside. But that wasn't any ordinary board game, Captain. It contained advanced technology with the power to alter reality. The game chooses its players, and after refusing it has a cost. That's us failing its trials. Yeah, I've lost 20 minerals, but I've also not died in Jumanji. Can I do today? I can upgrade the sock puppet for 10 power. Why wouldn't I? Good news, Captain. If my calculations are correct, the robot dog should activate itself very soon. Don't get too excited. It's not going to happen today. The charging process should be complete in the coming days. If you want to introduce any finishing touches, now is probably the time. The robot dog is looking a little bland, to be honest. I do believe any robot is fine without the bells and whistles, but perhaps I'm a little too rational and old-fashioned. You can introduce some upgrades if you feel really strongly about it. Just please don't add glitter. Only rogue automaton units use it. I don't like glitter. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. I'm going to use my brilliant intelligence to see what happens. You decided your little pet is almost perfect the way it is. You gave it a little polish with a half-clean tissue, put all the wires where they belong, and dusted the sand from all the crevices. Shiny perfection. Nicely done, Captain. Stop looking at it so intently, though. I told you it needs a little more time to charge. Emmett's found his way back to the robot statue. He's really tired and asking if someone could warm up some soup for dinner. That's fine. Emmett tried to climb the statue's arms. The figure is centuries old and not very safe for climbing. The armour got scraped during the fall. He found some small gems fitted into some elements of the statue. He pulled them out. That's cool. And we got some more. And he brought some more soup back. The statue was built centuries ago to commemorate some important moment in history. I'm hungry. He's hungry. He needs the first aid kit. There's a bloody gorilla in a spacesuit here. Champion! You can have that and that. Lovely. I can have that. How's Tom Thompson? Tom Thompson's just staring longingly at the gorilla. Sure. Let's recycle. The shovel will get me enough science to make another health kit. The armour needs repairing, doesn't it? Decision. Captain, we're in trouble. It's space pirates. It's space pirates, Captain. Space pirates. They're the ones who have been following us. They're ferocious, hungry for soup, and eager to plunder. One of them boarded the shuttle. Stand your ground, Captain. I'm going to give him the artifact. Don't know what it'll do. There are a few things quite as scary as a true believer with an artifact in their hands. The attackers clearly shared that fear. They retreated in a hurry. Good news, Captain. The space pirates are on the run. I suspect this is not the last time we'll be seeing them, though. Watch your six. Also, did anyone notice that we were all apes? No? My senses must have been hit by interference, I guess. I have some science because I've made this shovel. I'm not hungry. Emmett's no longer weak. He is rested, and Tom would like something to eat. You can have something to eat, Tom, because guess what? You might be going out. Let's repair the armour. Lovely. Oh no, I need to repair the armour first. Yeah. Okay, Tom can go out next time. Our water recycler is overheating. The overheating itself isn't a problem. The system has safeguards. The problem is we store our minerals under the water recycler. I'm worried that any minerals there, even leftover traces, could melt or boil if exposed to too much heat. That could be hazardous. A manual reset could work, but will be tough. Do you want to try it? Yes. You opted to manually reset the overheating water recycler. The job was harder than you expected. The Astro Citizen patented water recycler guide specifically warns against not releasing any steam jets during such repairs. The steam jets you let loose vaporize some of the exposed minerals stored next to the recycler. You're lucky they didn't vaporize you too. I've lost 40, that's fine. So my armour is sorted, that's fine, that's cool. Tom Thompson, how do you fancy going for a walk? To the bomb craters! You can have the armour. You can have the mask, and you can have... I don't have a shovel. But you can have the gun. We've received a pamphlet on our window. Try eBoson. Universal shopping from the comfort of your own planet. Free gift with sign up. Wow, neat. The e-Boson network lets you order pretty much anything except food and water, and it will arrive via portal within 1 to 2 galactic business days. There's a catch though. The account creation process requires you to jump through some hoops. I mean, literally. You have to leap through a string of temporal portals to become verified. The fine print says there is no risk of death or dismemberment, but insanity is possible. How do you want to tackle this? I'm going to do it athletically, but I'd also like to point out this is possibly the future of capture. You touched the floor and quickly sprinted through the e-Boson sign-up portal, disappearing into the dimension breach where a flash of blue lightning, the shuttle rocked and you popped out the other side of the portal unharmed. The fine print of the pamphlet expanded to show that it would take 1 to 2 galactic business days for your verification to process, at which time you could begin your universal shopping experience. The pamphlet then expanded again to define 1 galactic business day as 525,600,000 minutes, or 1,000 Earth years. Finally, the pamphlet scanned the shuttle to see if you qualified for the promised free gift and determined you did not. When you asked why not, the pamphlet said you had violated the terms of service but refused to explain further, then it vanished in a cloud of annoying paradoxes. That's champion. Tom's gone to explore some holes. Emmett is hungry. Okay, have some soup, Emmett. Captain, listen, my sensors are picking up some unknown activity within our little shuttle. I scanned everything carefully. I think it's your robotic dog. It's finally activating. The power bar is full, but its eyes are shining a little weak. Clearly the charge our battery provided wasn't enough. You try to give it a little more power from our own reserve. A little kick should be all it needs to wake up for good. Yeah, the dog coming to life's not going to be bad at all. We gave the robotic animal everything we had. As soon as we plugged the little rascal into our main power reserve, its eyes lit up, blinding you and your crewmate with 2 intense beams of light. It calmed down after a moment. You could take a good look at your new dog. And you loved it. You tried putting it in your lap, but all this metal has a rather significant weight to it. This pet is not the soft and fluffy kind, Captain, but I guess it will keep you company. I have to admit, it seems to like you already. I wonder why. I haven't seen you this excited for a very long time, at least since your last meal. I'm happy for you, of course, but have you thought about a name yet? How about Copernicus? I remain veganist, Emma is not hungry, and we've got a fucking monkey on board again. The space pirates. Protect the ship. I suppose I'm just going to try and overcharge? Astro citizens, legs up. Now, Captain, fry those bastards. Good job. Pardon my language, but sending a gigawatt of power through the hull can make an AI say some things. The important part is the intruders were electrocuted and escaped. Good news, Captain. The space pirates are on the run. I suspect this is not the last time we've seen them again, though. I am starving. Am I? Suppose I'll have something to eat then. Captain, I see you eyeing that thing outside. Something stuck behind a rock just a few yards away. Something shiny. Shiny and probably precious. I know you want it, but you can't have it. Why not, you ask? It's going to be a meteor shower nearby very soon. And by nearby, I mean stay inside and watch through the window unless you want to get seriously hurt. I don't have the armour, so I'm going to do nothing. You decided to stay inside, like I recommended. Very wise. You and your crewmate spent the evening watching the meteor shower through the window. There were lots of wishes made and oohs and ahs uttered in awe. Really, Astro citizens, they're just rocks. No need to get weird about it. Apparently my tape's broken. I need to fix my tape. The mood suddenly changed when the shuttle was struck and everything inside went flying. Ah, that's why. Yeah. I still need to eat. That's fine. I can't repair my tape. What do I need to repair this? I need science. But if I recycle the tape, I get 30 science, and I've got enough resources to make some more tape. Captain, we have unwanted visitors. A horde of robotic penguins have the shuttle completely surrounded. They appear hostile unless they're brandishing those knives for some other reason. The lawn penguins, Captain. The kind of cheap decoration a wealthy robot would put in his front garden. Their computers have all been hijacked by a murderous virus. I'm going to offer them the artifact. Apparently that's just what I do. You took him by the hand, held the artifact over your head, and confidently walked out in front of the crowd of robotic lawn penguins that surrounded the shuttle. The sacred frippery commands you leave these premises, you said. The yard penguins red-eyed stared and stared. Eventually, the tiny robotic decorations all lowered their knives and waddled away backwards, still staring. So many questions. Neither of you slept at all after that. Good news, everyone. Tom found his way back from the treacherous bomb crater field. He returned exhausted on an empty stomach and a bit rattled. There's a reason even automatons don't want to settle there. Toxic gases, the mast did its job. That's cool. He brought back 27 science. Yay! The fact that you can find soup out here will never cease to amaze me. Anyway, Tom has brought soup. Bomb could leave craters this big. Could have been the power of the atom. Not the most engaging adventure, but it was still more fun than slowly dying aboard inside the shuttle. I am still hungry. Crikey. I'll eat some soup. You can have some soup. You're just tired. That's okay. Let's craft some tape, because I need some tape. I also need to have a health kit, apparently. I've forgotten about that. Do that next time. Captain, an old previously dormant satellite on the planet's orbit is suddenly activated and is transmitting. The message is coded with a cipher the dogs around here don't use. It has to be alien, so the transmission says, "You're a robot!" That's all. That's all it says, over and over. Well, how can I respond? They're taunting me. Captain, you need to deal with this somehow. Prove to them we're not robots. You're not, are you? We're using brilliant intelligence. To help the aliens get to know you better, you transmitted a list of the crew's astrological signs and favourite pizza toppings. A reply came shortly after, saying, "Congratulations, no robots detected, intellect level too low." You rejoiced for a moment, satisfied that you proved your humanity until you realised it was an insult. In a fit of rage, you tossed the nearest soup can at the wall. "Yeah, Captain, that'll show him. I'm still alert, I've made tape," and Tom has stopped asking for soup. Cool. Everyone is in a good place. Let's make that first aid kit. It's trying to show us something. Cool. Whoa, who turned on the lights? Wasn't me. I wouldn't wake you up for anything, Captain. Look, it's a mecha dog. Its eyes lit up with amazing intensity, like 2 projector beacons. What's going on? Correction, they are not just like projector beacons. They are projector beams. Look at the shuttle wall, Captain. Something is taking shape, clearer and clearer. I think it's a map. Is your pet trying to lead you somewhere? Who should investigate the location? I'm going to go for the... me. I'm pretty good all around. The end? The end? Did I do it? You grabbed your robopet and headed outside, excited for this surprise treasure hunt. I could not believe my hearing senses when you came back shouting something about an awesome new spaceship. But you were right, I performed some additional scan and indeed there is an awesome new spaceship nearby. How did the mecha dog know? Maybe the ship belonged to its previous owner? Either way, it's yours now, ma'am. Let's put it to good use. Oh, Captain, before you leave for good, I would like to put forward my application to become the ship's new AI. Please consider. We've had a good run together so far, haven't we? Still mentally stable. Tom is asking for some soup, but it doesn't matter. Well, and so Captain Dawkins' new 4-legged companion led her and her crew on to further galactic adventures in their newly acquired spaceship. Dee Dee, her crewmates, and the mecha dog, who was affectionately named Dog by our dear captain as soon as their new journey began, set off from Robotofu to find luck and good fortune elsewhere. Thus the old wisdom was proven true, and Mecha Dog is an Astro Citizen's best friend. Emmett began the journey as Captain Dawkins' science officer and finished it as her closest friend. Some say you only know who your true friends are after you've eaten a bowl of soup with them. That's most definitely what happened here. Tom went into space seeking new adventures and challenges, and that's exactly what he managed to do. Reinvigorated by his experience, he embarked on more journeys, this time his own. He battled giant space squids, destroyed evil cyborgs, and freed whole galaxies enslaved by alien overlords. At least that's his version of the story. Dee Dee was living the dream. Greatness, stars, all the soup she wanted. But of course, there was something elusive in her life that she started to chase. Coffee. In search of this prized beverage, she became known as the Star Raider Dee Dee. She was hailed as a folk hero and an inspiration for the disenfranchised all across the galaxy. They even wrote a pretty awful song or two about her exploits. It seems like ages have passed since 2 amateur astronauts left Earth's orbit expecting certain doom. Now, the brave survivors look into the future with renewed optimism. As one tale comes to a close, another begins. Survived! That's my first completion. That's a very good run. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Great time. Great time. Right, back to me on the camera. So that was 60 parsecs. It doesn't run the same every time. You can go to different planets, you have different encounters, different ways of dealing with things, and every time up until that run, I've either fallen to the Russians or been killed by space aliens. Either or. Yeah, it's not massively varied, but there are variations. It's got replay value, and I had a great time with it, and will continue to have a great time with it. If you want to see more of it, let me know. I might do a Twitch stream or 2 from it. I just don't think it'll particularly work well on Twitch. But let me know if you think it will. Other than that, check out the links in the description. Like and subscribe and all that YouTube nonsense. Join your coffee club from £3 a month. Get your name in a video, and my undying love. There's still stuff I need to do for that, and I will do it. We'll get there. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.